Epic explosion. Time to say goodbye. Sorry, I just had to say that. Shit, Snake is out and Liquid is absolutely fine. I love it. The unrealism of this game.
Sleeping late as usual, eh, Snake?
Liquid, you're still alive.
I won't die. As long as you still live.
Too bad. It looks like your revolution was a failure.
Just because you destroyed Metal Gear doesn't mean I'm done fighting.
Fighting? What are you really after?
The restoration of the era when warriors such as us lived as we should.
That was Big Boss's fantasy.
It was his dying wish. When he was young during the Cold War, the world needed men like us. We were valued then. We were desired.
Cool, but interactive cutscene.
Now, with all the liars and hypocrites running the world, war isn't what it used to be.
Oh my god.
We're losing
Why is
our
war
place
such an
in a
obsession
world
today?
that no longer needs us. A world that now spurns our very existence. You should know that as well as I do. After I launch this weapon and get our $1 billion, we'll be able to bring chaos and honor back to this world gone soft. Conflict shall breed conflict. New hatreds will arise, and our own biosphere shall steadily expand.
But as long as there are people, there will always be war.
Fortunately, yes.
But the problem is balance. Father knew what type of a balance was best.
Is that the only reason?
Isn't that reason enough for warriors such as us?
I don't want that kind of world.
Ha! You lie. So why are you here then? Why do you continue to follow your orders while your superiors betray you?
Right.
Why did you come here? Well, I'll tell you then.
Really? Okay, I'd love to know. Just want to ask.
You enjoy all the killing. That's why.
What?
Are you denying it? Haven't you already killed most of my comrades?
That was...
They shot me first.
I watched your face as you delivered the coup de grace.
Oh.
Oh, it reflected such vitality.
You're wrong.
Okay.
There is a killer inside you. You don't have to deny it. We were created to be that way.
Created.
Les enfants terribles. The terrible children.
Is that what it means?
That's what the project was called.
Ah.
It started in the 1970s. Their plan was to artificially create the most powerful soldier possible.
Yeah.
The person that they chose as the model was a man known then as the greatest living soldier in the world.
Big Boss.
Yep.
But Father was wounded in combat and already in a coma when they brought him in.
Yes.
So they created us from his cells.
He's in a coma.
With a combination of 20th
Yes.
century analog
That's leading up to
programming
Metal Gear Solid
and
5.
The super baby method.
Super baby method.
So he was in a coma while
They
these two were
fertilized
being
an
made.
egg with one of Father's cells, and then let it divide into 8 clone babies. Then they transferred the clones to someone's uterus and later intentionally aborted 6 of the fetuses to encourage strong fetal growth.
Where did Solidus come
You
from?
and I were originally octuplets.
Octuplets.
Damn.
Yes. The other 6 of our brothers were sacrificed to make us.
So where did Solidus come
We
from?
were accomplices in murder before the day we were even born. So, it was you and I, 2 fertilized eggs with exactly the same DNA. But they weren't finished yet. They used me as a guinea pig to create a phenotype in which all of the dominant genes were expressed to create you. I got all the recessive genes.
Shouldn't you
You
be happy
took
you're
everything
alive?
from me before I was even born.
What a dick.
But you and I aren't his only children.
Nope.
What?
This
The
is fair.
genome soldiers. They too are his progeny.
Really?
Carrying on his genetic legacy. But unlike us, they carry it digitally.
Oh, okay.
With the completion of the Human Genome Project in the last century, the mysteries of humanity were laid bare. Thanks to Father's DNA, they were able to identify more than 60 soldier genes responsible for everything from strategic thinking to the proverbial killer instinct. Those soldier genes were transplanted using gene therapy into the members of the next generation special forces.
Okay.
That's how they became the genome soldiers.
Is it like another Peace Walker kind of event?
That's right. The genome soldiers that you've been killing right and left are our brothers with the same genes as ours.
Shit.
Genome soldiers.
Damn it. Genome makes sense.
They are misshapen creatures, artificially produced from Father's genetic pattern. They are our blood brothers, and they were born of many an ultimate sacrifice.
Sacrifices.
I would have put them to sleep if I had a trank gun.
Human experiments.
Huh?
1991, the Gulf War.
Yep.
The military secretly injected soldiers with the soldier genes.
Really?
The Gulf War syndrome that hundreds of thousands of returning soldiers complained about was a side effect of it.
Wow.
Ah, everyone knows that the Gulf War syndrome was caused by exposure to pesticides and radiation from depleted uranium rounds.
Haha. Or is that just a
That
cover
was
up?
just a cover story issued by the Pentagon.
No, that is real.
First, they tried to say it was post-traumatic stress disorder, then chemical or biological weapons. The poison gas detection units and the anti-sarin injections, they were all just to cover up the secret genetic experiments.
So
That isn't going on in the real world, so I go with the
war
actual
movies that have been reported
story.
by Gulf War veterans are.
Yes, they too are our brothers and sisters.
What the fuck?
So the genome soldiers mean that the experiments were a success?
Success? Don't be a fool. They're a complete failure. We're on the verge of extinction.
What?
Have you ever heard of the asymmetry theory?
No?
Nature tends to favor asymmetry. Those species which have gone extinct all show signs of symmetry.
What?
The genome soldiers suffer from the same problem, signs of symmetry. So do I, as do you.
Talk English.
That's right. We are all on the verge of death at the genetic level.
Is that
We don't know
the
when
accelerated
or
aging?
what type of disease will occur. That's why we need the old man's genetic information.
Yeah, because the accelerated aging, perhaps?
His DNA so you can save your family? It's very touching.
In nature, family members don't mate with each other.
No.
And yet they help each other to survive. Do you know why? Because it increases the chances that shared genes will be transmitted to future generations. Altruism among blood relatives is a response to natural selection. That we will help our blood relatives is inscribed in our very genes.
What?
You're telling me that your genes are ordering you to save the genome soldiers?
You can't fight your genes. It's fate.
Right.
All living things are born for the sole purpose.
Make
of
your own
passing on
story.
their
Make
parents'
your own
genes.
living, asshole.
That's why I'll follow what my genes tell me. And then I'm going to go beyond in order to break the curse of my heritage.
Good.
And to do that, first, I will kill you.
Bring it.
Look behind you.
Barrel? Meryl?
Oh my god, Meryl. The hell? Where's she been this whole time, man? Ever since she was shot by sniper, we haven't seen her.
Is she alive?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. She was alive a few hours ago. Poor girl kept calling your name.
Damn.
Meryl.
Stupid woman. Falling in love with a man who doesn't even have a name.
I have a name.
Yes, you do.
We have no past, no future. If we did, our fate is nothing but what is determined in the genes we inherited from our father.
Let Meryl go.
This guy has no idea of
As
life,
soon
does
as
he?
we finished our business, we're almost out of time.
You're talking about Foxdie.
No. It seems now that the Pentagon knows that Metal Gear is destroyed.
Uh-huh.
Provided a decision. They won't even need a BDA.
How
If you
damn
want
it,
the
just-
details, why don't you ask your precious Colonel Campbell?
This'll be good.